Good day, my little robins, it's me, Beth. Another week has passed, which means you get another video from, well, me. And if you haven't already read the title, today I'm going to be bringing you guys another album review. That's right, I am reviewing the much anticipated Black Veil Brides album, Vale, which was released on Friday the 12th of January, so last Friday. I bought the album when it came out. I have listened to it over the weekend, and I feel like I have listened to it enough times on repeat to justify, reviewing it for you guys. I love Black Veil Brides. I'm just going to, preface the video by saying that, and I am so excited the band are back. Before we begin this review, if you want to support me and the channel, you can click like to show me some love, and you can smash that subscribe button right now, because I upload twice a week on a Monday and a Friday. Let's just dive right in to this Black Veil Brides album review. Now, Vale was produced by John Feldmann and the band's very own Jake Pitts. Well done, Jake. Now, John was on 2013's Wretched and Divine, which by far is my favourite Black Veil Brides album to date, because I am a massive fan of concept albums and, albums that tell stories, as, a writer myself. And Vale sees the return of the Wild Ones, as the main narrative, 5 years after Wretched and Divine. So technically this album is a sequel of sorts, and I couldn't be happier. And so when I found this out, I think it was on the second listen, I actually, read some background on the album. I was like, okay, this album now makes sense. Vale begins with a spoken word intro on the track Incipiens ad Finem, which roughly translates apparently as the beginning of the end. Yes, I probably butchered that because I don't speak Latin. Anyway, I love spoken words, whenever like a band incorporates them, onto like an album or, a song. For example, the prime example that I could come up with is on Avatar's Feathers and Flesh album. They released two versions of the album. One album just had, the songs on, and then they released like an extended album, which I bought, and they had spoken word segments in between each song, and that was to, tell the story, because they were trying to, do a concept album. Now I think, this is showing a more mature side to Black Veil Brides, because yes, they did have a couple of, spoken words on Wretched and Divine, but it's back. I love it. I love spoken word. Yeah. You go, Black Veil Brides. Now personally for me on this album, Andy's voice shines throughout. He can pretty much do whatever he wants, and I'm not surprised anymore. You want low, he can do that. You want seductive, he can do that. You want high, he can do that. What can't he do? Then again, he has had time, to evolve, as a solo artist, with his Andy Black album, which I do have and I did actually really love. But now that I'm happy that he's back, with, the band and the rest of the guys, because he works really well as like an ensemble, as like a piece of a jigsaw. Yes, he's the main vocalist, but when you pair it up, with the rest of the band members, their backing vocals, this album sounds divine. CeCe's drums, Jake, Ashley and Jinx on guitar. Yes, I fell back in love, with Black Veil Brides' kind of cliche rock sound. But for me, before you go, oh Beth, how dare you call them cliche rock, you can kind of see, each individual band member's personality, shine through on different songs. So you can kind of see, they might have had more of an input on this album. And I think they have like finally matured their sound after like a 4-year hiatus. These guys have had 4 years, to tune their sound, this is what we want to be. And, it comes across as very powerful. So, although I say, they're a cliche rock sound, don't come at me in the comments, because that's kind of what I expect from Black Veil Brides, and I love my boys, so don't come at me. My favourite songs on the album are My Vow, The Last One and The Outsider. Now, lyrically, for me, Vale does not push the boundaries of, Black Veil Brides, songwriting skills. Okay. Don't get me wrong, they can write songs, but I don't really, expect, deep, meaningful, super powerful rock / metal / ballad lyrics from them. I'm just happy, I'm content with the way they sound, and so, yeah, that's just a bugbear. Lyrically, It's the same as every other Black Veil Brides album. It doesn't feel like, you know, they've pushed themselves. But then again, when you have a legion of fans, they have their own army who will support them, you know, no matter what they put out. It doesn't matter, you know, if it's not, you know, the most powerful lyrics, songs out there. I really don't know where I was trailing off, you know, with this point. But for me, I want a Black Veil Brides album that I can put on in the background and, you know, jam out to, you know, when I am writing. That's right. I will listen to this song on repeat because it's a good album. Just because lyrically it's not strong doesn't make it a bad album. But for me, I would in the future, you know, potentially like to see the guys, you know, mature in their lyrics because they've kind of been doing the same thing since the band formed. Not a bad thing. I feel like I, you know, need to stop myself ranting before you come at me in the comments. Now, if I had to give Vale, you know, a rating out of 5, I would give Vale a solid 4 out of 5. That's right, I'll be listening to this album on repeat, you know, for at least the rest of the month of January, or, you know, until another album, you know, catches my eye of Mice of Men. I'm looking at you because you're releasing your album very soon and I can't wait. Back to Black Veil Brides. I love it. The guys are back. Andy's back. It has been a long 4-year hiatus, and from social media posts, you know, from all the guys, you can see that they are extremely happy, you know, of how the album turned out and how the fans are responding to it. And at the end of the day, if the band are happy with the album, to some degree the fans, you know, should be like, okay, they're happy with what they put out, you know, we should respect and support them. There'll always be people who are like, oh, Black Veil Brides are always going to be an emo band. That's true. They probably will always be, you know, classed as an emo band. I have, you know, no shame in listening to them, and when they come on Spotify and I've got my headphones in on the train or the bus and I've got the volume on loud, I don't care how many odd looks I get because I listen to the music that I want to listen to. Anyway, in the comments below, I'd love to hear, you know, your guys' thoughts and opinions on the song, the album as a whole, the band, the genre. The comments is the place to go. While you're down there, you can check out all the links to my other social medias, because why the hell not? Or you know, you can just follow them on the board that's behind me. Whew. While you're down there, you know, you can click like to, you know, show me some love, and you can click my face right here to subscribe to the channel because I upload twice a week on a Monday and a Friday. You can check out my last 2 videos or playlists right here, depending on what mood I'm in while I'm editing this. Until next time, I am Beth. Keep listening to good music. Goodbye.